What the hell are you gonna do when you've got so much money you can't even count it? Cry, panic, blow it all like a clown, or will you dominate like a true high-performance savage? Most people dream of riches, but they can't even handle a few grand without going broke. Wealth isn't about numbers. It's about discipline, mindset, execution. This isn't a fairy tale. It's a wake-up call. If you want so much money you won't know what to do with it, then buckle up, because we're about to flip your damn reality. Think bigger than you've ever allowed yourself. I'm talking about obliterating every limitation you've accepted, every lie you've believed about what's realistic. If your goal is a new car, you're still thinking like a consumer, not a creator. That's middle-class ambition wrapped in a finance plan. You want to impress people at a stoplight while the real players are closing deals in boardrooms. If 6 figures is your mountaintop, let me make this clear, you're still broke. You're surviving in the illusion of wealth, not building it. 6 figures isn't freedom anymore. It's barely comfort with inflation choking the average man's dreams to death. Stop chasing crumbs when you were born to bake the whole damn pie. The ultra-wealthy, they don't care about enough. They don't retire at 40 to relax. They build empires that outlive them. They chase legacy. They think 30, 50, 100 years out. They don't build for themselves, they build for generations. While most people can't think past next weekend, these killers are locking in their family name for centuries. That's the game, that's the level. And it starts by expanding your thinking so far beyond your current environment that it terrifies you. It should. Growth without discomfort is fantasy. If your goals don't stretch you to your core, you're not even in the arena yet. A vision should pull your soul out of your chest. It should keep you awake at night, not with fear, but with fire. When your mission becomes so massive that it eclipses your excuses, then the money follows. Not because you chase the money, but because you become the kind of force that attracts it. You execute harder, you think deeper, you speak bolder, you stop settling for low-effort friends, lazy routines, and quick dopamine hits. Why? Because your goals demand more from you. You stop looking for balance and you start hunting for impact. The average mind says, what if it doesn't work? The wealthy mind says, what if I don't try? That difference in thinking changes everything. That's how you go from a paycheck to a portfolio, from renting time to owning assets, from talking about dreams to turning them into structures of steel and equity. It starts with your mind. Not your money, not your environment, not your family, just you. Thinking so radically big that small talk becomes unbearable. That gossip feels like poison, that mediocrity becomes your enemy. Big money doesn't show up for small dreams, and small dreams don't belong to you anymore. You're not here to tiptoe through life, retire quietly, and die with regret. You're here to take up space, to move markets, to lead movements, to flip your bloodline story. But it all starts with one thing: the courage to think bigger than anyone around you. Think bigger than you ever thought was possible. And then act like your life depends on it, because it does. Stop spending like a peasant. That means stop acting like a consumer and start thinking like an investor. The rich aren't rich because they got lucky or hit the jackpot. They're rich because they treat every dollar like a weapon, like a soldier. And you're blowing your soldiers at the mall, on fast food, on flashy trash to impress people who don't even matter. The poor consume, they buy things that lose value the second they swipe the card. New phones, designer clothes, fancy dinners, all distractions, all financial suicide. The rich, they buy assets, real estate, equity, businesses, skill sets, investments that work for them, even when they sleep. Every time you get paid and blow it, you're voting for your poverty. You're casting a ballot for staying broke. Money is a tool, nothing more, nothing less. But if you don't know how to use it, it'll burn right through your hands. If you can't manage $1,000, what the hell makes you think you'll manage $1 million? Money only magnifies who you are. So if you're undisciplined, careless, and short-sighted now, congratulations. More money will just expose that louder. You don't get rich by looking rich. You get rich by making savage decisions behind the scenes, the kind no one sees, the kind where you say no to instant gratification and yes to long-term domination. Skip the parties. Skip the designer gear. Stack that cash and inject it into something that multiplies. That could be a business, a brand, a skill that pays, a stock that grows, a mentor who shifts your mindset. But whatever it is, it must build your empire, not drain it. Look around. How many people do you know who flex online but are one emergency away from disaster? That's peasant thinking. That's a poverty mindset. They'd rather look rich than be rich. And that's exactly why they stay stuck, because they can't delay the gratification. They can't sacrifice today for a powerful tomorrow. But you can, if you've got the guts. You want to escape the rat race? Then stop feeding it. Stop buying crap you don't need. Stop measuring success with Instagram likes and start measuring it by income streams, investments, and ownership. True wealth isn't loud, it's disciplined, quiet, strategic. You walk different when your money works for you. You sleep different when your assets buy your freedom. You move different when you know your cash is building a kingdom, not a cage. So here's the truth. Until you stop spending like a damn peasant, you will never experience what it feels like to be financially free. Ruthless investing is your way out. Strategic decisions are your escape. Wealth isn't just a goal, it's a war. And you better start fighting like your life depends on it, because it does. Eliminate emotional decisions. You can't build an empire while throwing tantrums and chasing dopamine. The real money comes when you're calm under pressure. Cool mind, cold strategy. You don't feel your way to millions. You think, plan, and execute with military precision. Emotional spending, quitting, overreacting, that's poverty behavior. Let me tell you something. Every time you act out of emotion, you step out of power. You throw away control. You hand your destiny to impulse. And if you keep doing that, don't expect to hold anything long term, especially not wealth. Millionaires don't make decisions based on moods. Billionaires don't care how they feel. They care what works. They don't let a bad day, a broken heart, or someone's opinion knock them off their course. They treat their mission like life or death. You think Jeff Bezos built Amazon by panicking when profits dipped? You think Elon Musk runs companies by worrying about what people think? No. They play chess while the masses play checkers. And chess is cold, calculated, strategic. You've got to master the art of delayed reaction. Let the storm pass and then make your move. You can't be pulling your money out of investments because you're nervous. You can't be quitting your business because something didn't work on day 30. And you sure as hell can't build anything legendary if your emotions are steering the wheel. That's how you crash. That's how people go broke, by making emotional decisions with financial consequences. You're broke because you buy what feels good, not what makes you rich. You react instead of responding. You pull out instead of pressing forward. You lose focus because you never learned discipline. That's not how the 1% play the game. They sit in the fire, feel the pressure, and still execute like a sniper. You need to become surgical with your energy, precise with your moves, ruthless with your focus. That means no impulsive shopping, no revenge spending, no investing in hype, no quitting when it gets hard. That's amateur hour behavior. You want to separate yourself from the masses? Then stop behaving like the masses. Stop crying about temporary pain. Stop letting fear drive the car. Train your mind to operate under stress. Because the more pressure you can handle without folding, the more power you command. That's the truth they won't tell you in school. Emotional control is the real currency. Self-mastery is the real wealth. And once you have it, you become unstoppable. You've got to be the person who doesn't blink when others break, who stays grounded when the world shakes, who keeps building when others burn down their empires over a bad day. This is what it means to level up, controlling the battlefield inside your own head. Because if you can do that, there's nothing you can't conquer out there. So next time you want to react, pause, breathe, think like a savage, move like a machine, because that's how empires are built. Cold, calm, relentless. Surround yourself with killers, not clowns. Your circle determines your ceiling. It's not just a catchy line, it's a damn law of life. If you want to elevate, you better start auditing who the hell you're hanging with, because proximity is power. You don't get rich by being the smartest person in a room full of losers. You get rich by being the dumbest person in a room full of assassins. People who are hungry. People who wake up ready to kill the day, not hit snooze 5 times. People who treat goals like life or death, not like New Year's resolutions they'll forget in a week. Let me make it brutally clear. If everyone around you is broke, weak, and lazy, guess what you're becoming? You're becoming broke, weak, and lazy. Not because you want to, but because it's infectious. You absorb the energy you're surrounded by. You adopt their standards. Their excuses become your reality. Their mediocrity becomes your ceiling. That's why average people stay average. They spend their lives surrounded by people who normalize losing. Winners don't tolerate mediocrity in their space. They don't have time for small talk, small minds, or small dreams. They're too busy building. They're too focused on domination. They don't want your sympathy. They want your strategy. They don't complain, they compete. That's the kind of energy you need to breathe in every single day if you want to see real, irreversible growth. Fire the losers. Cut the dead weight. I don't care if it's your best friend, your cousin, or your old college roommate. If they're pulling you down, they've got to go. This is war, not daycare. Your destiny doesn't have room for people who are content with being comfortable. You want success? Then make comfort your enemy. Get uncomfortable with staying the same and surround yourself with people who think the same way. Hire mentors. Buy proximity. Pay to be in rooms that scare you. Join masterminds. Sit at tables where you feel out of place, because that's exactly where you need to be. Growth doesn't come from being the loudest in the room. It comes from being the quietest, listening, absorbing, learning from killers who are already where you want to go. The price you pay to be around them, worth every damn penny. Because one conversation can change your mindset. One connection can change your net worth. One insight can collapse years of wasted time. Associate up. Get around people who challenge you, check you, and cheer for your wins without envy. People who set the bar so high, you have no choice but to level up or get left behind. That's the environment that forges champions. That's the circle that turns pressure into power. So if you're serious about making millions or billions, look at your circle right now. If they're not killers, they're clowns. And if you don't fix that, you'll be the next joke. Make the move, upgrade your circle. Your future depends on it. Build a machine that prints money. Jobs are a trap. That's the harsh truth nobody tells you. They sell you stability, a paycheck, a pension. And while you're busy chasing that so-called security, your dreams bleed out in silence. You'll never get rich clocking in and out like a damn robot. Why? Because you're trading time, your most precious, non-renewable asset, for dollars. And there's a ceiling to how many hours you can work. You think millionaires are punching time cards? Hell no. They've built machines, systems, businesses that spit out cash, whether they're on a yacht, in a boardroom, or asleep. You want so much money you don't know what to do with it? then stop thinking like a laborer and start thinking like a builder. You need to build a machine that prints money, something that lives beyond you, something that doesn't crumble the second you take a day off. If your income stops the moment you stop working, you don't have a business, you have a job with extra paperwork. Real wealth is built through scalability. You create a product to service a system, and then you duplicate, automate, delegate over and over until it runs without you. Until it prints money while you're eating dinner, while you're sleeping, while you're on a plane plotting your next empire. And don't you dare think this is just for tech bros or Wall Street elites. This is for anyone who's tired of scraping by. You can build e-commerce stores, you can write digital products, you can create content that earns ad revenue, you can launch service-based businesses with teams that execute. There are endless paths, but only one mindset. Stop thinking like an employee, start thinking like an architect of cash flow. Now let's be real, it won't be easy. It takes brutal discipline. You'll have to work harder than you ever did for a boss. You'll need to take risks, face rejection, burn bridges with mediocrity. But once the machine is built, once that thing is humming, you'll experience a freedom most people can't even comprehend. You'll make money on autopilot. You'll buy back your time. And that, my friend, is real wealth. The people at the top, the 1%, they don't work harder, they work smarter. They build once and profit forever. And if you want to join them, you better stop playing small. No more excuses. No more someday. Build your damn machine. Feed it, tweak it, scale it, then sit back and watch it rain. Because if you do it right, there will come a day where you'll wake up and check your bank account, not with anxiety, but with disbelief. That's the power of leverage. That's the power of systems. That's how you build a life so rich, your only problem is figuring out what the hell to do with all the money. And trust me, you'd rather have that problem than the one you're living now. You want so much money you won't know what to do with it? Then become the kind of person who can handle it. Ruthless, focused, unshakable. Because money doesn't change you, it reveals you. And if you're not built for it, it'll destroy you. Subscribe if you're ready to break the cycle. Drop a comment if you're done thinking small. And remember, excuses don't build empires, execution does.